Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, please give us a 5-star review so we can continue to give you the ish that we talk. And now that is out the way, I will not act like I'm on AM fucking radio. What the fuck's the deal? All of you ugly motherfuckers. What's poppin'? I'm here with you. We here together. We gonna make this shit pop. Lindsay, what the fuck is going on? My dog.
Like, what will be a breaking point for you where you just like, you know what? I'm out.
Right. Yeah, so I was about to say this is where we asked the audience.
Yeah.
So
you already
said cheating, right?
Yeah. Cheating.
Okay.
So
Anybody else?
You're not giving a pass or nothing like that.
There ain't no way.
That's no way.
Do it once and do it twice. There ain't no way. You lose the second result.
So it's like if it's just cheating for her, like so if it's cheating for you the same way too? Yeah. So like if you cheat, do you feel like I need to leave this relationship?
If I would ever cheat, I would leave you first. I would leave you first.
You such a gentleman.
I do what I do.
You such a gentleman. That shit don't happen in real life, but you such a gentleman. Anything else?
In the moment.
In the moment.
That's different. I wouldn't be in the moment.
You won't
so
be
you wouldn't put yourself in the moment. I got you.
Yeah. Like, make it make sense. Like, because what's the moment?
When I decide it's the moment, it's the moment.
Oh, okay.
If I never say to myself, like, I should probably get out of here.
So, like, do the whole time you just like, oh, no, this cool. This ain't, we just chilling. She just want to rub my back. That's cool. Ain't nobody tripping. It's like, oh, okay. Okay, ooh. All right, you ain't got to kiss my neck. That's okay. Cool. This is not the moment yet.
Not yet.
It's not the moment yet.
I didn't do it.
So it's like, now my pants is down. This is.
She pulls them down.
Oh, this ain't the moment. This ain't the moment. This ain't the moment.
She did it.
This ain't the moment. So when is the moment? When you're done, you're like, oh, yeah, this is the moment.
It's sad, bro. I'm like, oh. I was supposed to go to the store. I was gone for 2 hours.
I had to go get my bro,
that's
right?
The moment, yep.
That's the moment.
That's the moment.
Okay, so that's your.
What you
So this is cheating for you. Like, if she cheats, oh hell no. But like, I just had to wait on the moment. Like, no. That's ain't the moment. That wasn't the moment. No, she sucked my I didn't ask for it.
I don't say the words.
It's like, no, I didn't know. You know when I feel something wrong, baby, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. When she was like, I was like, maybe it's time for me. Ain't no restaurateur gonna run up on Keith Lee. Let's just end that shit right there. Y'all talk a lot of shit, but y'all not about to run up on. Ain't nobody about to run up on him, slap no food out his face, and tell him, bitch, what? Like, that's just not gonna happen to you in no way, shape, possible.
So Saucy Santana got in on it. He pretty much was like, tag me in, and he snapped on DJ Academics and told him to pull up. He was like, go to my page. We got all kinds of bookings. We outside. Come pull up at one of the bookings, and I'll beat your motherfucking
ass. Saucy Santana just doesn't look like the homosexual man that you gonna hit, and he look like that dude off of Low Down Dirty Shades. He ain't about to grab his face and be like, oh, Bernard.
Him, you slut. Bernard.
He about to beat the dog shit out of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And I'm laughing because it's gonna be so funny because you're gonna see a dude massively beating the shit out of a man with an open fist, and you're gonna hear bitch.
Bitch, I'm just gonna automatically take a left before we even get started. Shout out to my hairstylist Crystal for keeping me on point. All those clips she had done my hair and she has done phenomenal. She has done a phenomenal job not making me look like the regular dude that don't take care of his dreads. So shout out to Crystal for keeping my locks looking internet.
Right. What is it? The braids?
Yeah, you know what? You a hell of a motherfucker for reeling that one in.
It was right on time.
That was right on time. I'm talking about damn. Yeah. This is the History We Talk, everybody. I am your host, Lily. I am you. I'm just me. We just gonna get it there. I'm going to give a great shout out to the lady that pushes the bells and the whistles, the lady that makes this happen. If it wasn't for her, it would not be a me talking to you guys. She decided, because we have to talk about this, to bring on what has been happening. But I want to give a round of applause for the lady who says, nah, we putting this shit out today. Round of applause for my home girl and my cousin, old Lindsay.
Hey, everyone. Hello. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy.
Hey. Shout out to my Twitch followers. Again, everybody that follows us on Twitch. Really start hitting us up, man, because I really want to start talking shit back to y'all.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, how's it going? How's life?
Everything has been going fine. Son as well. So no complaints over there. Doing pretty well in life. So I can't complain. I'm okay. I'm getting through it. Crazy. I don't know if people believe in this, but I do believe in this. I got a message from my daughter the other day. I just randomly went to my backyard, and it was a hospital, like a hospital tag on my grill. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And I looked, it was an old hospital tag where I must have took off when I was in the backyard when she was in the hospital. And so I grabbed it and I looked and I was like, oh shit, what is this doing here? And I looked directly on the other side of me, and it was a red bird on the side. And my people always said, when you see one of those red birds on it, that means a soul is coming to visit you. And so,
oh wow.
When I seen that, I put two and two together, and I immediately went over to my daughter's ashes, and I thanked her for coming to see me. And I asked her, is it something you want to tell me? Because, that's random. I'm outside all the time, and it just randomly you find that on the grill, and then with the red bird right there, it's like, baby, whatever you need to tell me, just go ahead and tell me. And if you think I ain't been speaking to you enough, I'm sorry. I'm gonna start speaking to you more. It was one of those things where I had that understanding with her, and I was like, whatever sign you want to give me from here on out, I'm definitely listening.
Right.
That was really
awesome.
dope.
Right. That is awesome. I love to hear stuff like that. Yeah. So we have Derek watching. He says, "What's up, fam? Hey.
What up?
Yeah. So, are you ready to talk about what's been going on this past couple of weeks?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get into this.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, I feel like we have to because it's been going on and we don't want to let it die down. So we want to talk about it while it's hot.
Right. So, yeah, we have been witnessing a rap beef over the past month. Yeah, between Kendrick Lamar, Drake, and a little bit of J. Cole. You know,
It's a little salt bay.
Little sprinkle.
Hit you with the salt bay. And then immediately said, "No, eat that because it got MSG in it."
He said, sprinkle. Oh, wait, hold on.
It's exactly what happened. That is exactly what he did.
Right. So
that nigga got a call from somebody and they said, "Hey man, you probably don't want to be a part of this. This shit is bigger than everything."
Right.
He was like,
good looking.
He had a nightmare, and the next day he said, "Throw your hands in the air if you think Kendrick Lamar is the greatest fucking rapper of all time." Boy, every nigga with locks took an L that day, man. We took an L. I ain't even gonna lie, we took an L because you were supposed to stand on that. I felt like Tyra Banks, man, when she was on that show, she was like, "We were rooting for you." Because I was rooting for J. Cole, man. I was like, boy, like if anybody could exchange blows, it could be you. And we see, nope, no, sir.
Right, he said.
No, sir. Nigga, I was really, when I told y'all I was really the awkward basketball player, nigga, I'm really that nigga.
Right. And I stand on that. Stand. Yeah. Yeah. So, it's a lot. It is a lot. Which I mean, we have kind of sort of a little bit talked about, because like I said, it's been going on for a month. But let's just do a quick recap. I've seen a couple of videos that have done recaps, and they were pretty good with the details. Tell you this now, I ain't gonna be that damn good with the details. But
this is the issue we talk. We're not here trying to give you social commentary. We're here to talk shit about this situation.
Right. So yeah, so these are past collaborators that are now adversaries. And yeah, so about a month ago, over a month ago, Metro Boomin and Future released a joint effort. And on the joint effort, they had a song. What was it called? Like That?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Like That. And on the Like That song, they had Kendrick Lamar featured. And he said, fuck the big three, nigga. It's just big me.
Nigga, bum!
Right.
Nigga called them bums, man.
That's what he said was bum?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that sent the internet into a frenzy, of course. And of course we know that the big three is always J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick that people lump together. And if you want to say the big four, you throw in Big Sean. But yeah, so
anybody ever said the big four?
Well, I don't think they call it the big four, but they do throw in Big Sean.
So. Shout out to Big Sean because Big Sean is very consistent.
Yeah. So, So a few days later, after that, sent the internet on fire, J. Cole released an album that says Might Delete Later. On this album, the last track was called 7-Minute Drill. And this was his response to that bar that Kendrick had on Like That. So he came after him. He said something that we've actually discussed this on the show, how we kind of agreed with some of the stuff he was saying.
He was stating facts.
Yeah. So that sent the internet into another frenzy. And a few days later after that, J. Cole was very conflicted rather, and he got on stage and talked about how he ain't slept in days since he put that out. That ain't a good move for him. He actually is a fan of dude and he wants to apologize. Everybody was like, what in the world are you doing? This is a rap beat. Just stick to the wax. Like, you know what I'm saying? But no, he apologized, moved on with his life, right?
Yeah. I mean,
like literally.
the epitome of when Kendrick said, if you say my name, I promise you'll see Candyman. This nigga seen that he had no business talking about his own business against another nigga because he is not ready for
it. Right.
He seen that shit. He said, nah, somebody, I can guarantee you, somebody was like, hey, this nigga is chopping up some shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. So Derek says, I remember you was conflicted using your influence.
Derek, everything, but Kendrick is a prophet. Everything he's saying is really coming into fruition. Right. This shit is wild. This nigga said this was gonna happen.
Right. Yeah, he's Nostradamus. So he he apologized, and he went on to sleep like a baby after that. And so
that nigga part of the Illuminati too. He sacrificed Drake.
Yeah. So a couple of days after that, he went on ahead and deleted it from all streaming platforms, right? So then the next thing we have is Drake. First the song leaked. And we thought it was gonna be called Drop and Give Me 50, but it actually is called Push Ups. And so that came out. And then I believe it was after that is when Rick Ross put out his. Yeah. So like his name was mentioned one time and that summons him to make a whole rap song about Drake, which I didn't even know they had beef, but what else? So
you knew, but it really because the world knew they had beef just because of the whole Meek Mill Drake thing. But shout out to Rick because Rick was really trying to be this nigga's friend. But Rick is also a man at this time. He's a guy that knows that when the stove is hot, you got to put your meat on that motherfucker. So that nigga right there where it was hot there, you said my name, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and say some shit about you that I've been wanting to say about your weird ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Derek says, "You want some of me?" No. Oh. So Rick Ross put out his or whatever. And so
but it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. No. Rick
Ross can rap.
If we want to be real, Rick has been in some good rap beefs. You know what I'm saying? Like him and 50 going back and forth. That's one of the classic rap.
That was that was and he got 50.
He got him. Yeah, he got him.
And
He
then
got him.
let's not forget.
But 50 is, you talk about diabolical. That's how we got introduced to Tia Kemp.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
You know
Like,
what I'm saying?
let's not stray from what 50 did to him in the real world
Right.
compared to what Rick Ross was doing lyrically.
Right.
Rick Ross was beating his ass.
Yeah. Yeah. But 50's gonna fuck with your life in real life. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we got introduced to Tia Kemp through him. And then also remember his other baby mama sued him because he put out that sex tape of her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And she won, and that was the reason why he filed bankruptcy, because he wasn't paying her.
Yeah, he wasn't been. Well, why would you do that though? That's when 50 was stupid. He was young and stupid for that one.
Yeah. That was back when, the term revenge porn was pretty new. So yeah. But I digress. So we have the push-ups. Then we get the tailor-made freestyle. So with the tailor-made freestyle, which I thought was pretty clever, like not for nothing, it was pretty clever. Drake put out tailor-made freestyle, which he used AI to use Snoop Dogg's voice and use Tupac's voice, and they were those verses was pretty much talking to Kendrick like, hey, what are you doing? The West Coast needs you to come on out. Like he's pretty much calling you out. Why are you sitting idle? You need to come and represent for the West Coast. So they kind of was like, trying to talk him into the battle in a way. So I thought that was pretty clever. Unfortunately, not everybody appreciated the cleverness of that freestyle. So
I wouldn't. I'm one of those people that thought that, like, one reason why I thought that is because Snoop, regardless if you got Pac, God bless the dead, but Snoop's still alive, and nigga, how dare you? Like, nigga, how dare you?
But you think Snoop didn't know?
I don't think he knew that he did it until it got put out.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think so. Because and that's just me. I don't know Snoop personally, but I think if he would have knew that ahead of time, he would have been like, "Hey, cuz, don't put me in that bullshit. Like, I ride with young Kendrick, because he Cali all day.
Oh yeah.
So he ain't gonna allow you to like disrespect California like that.
But in the same breath, it's a rap beef. You know what I'm saying? Everything goes in a rap beef.
True, but that's the Dogfather, and regardless of what anybody says,
but this ain't nothing for him to intervene on. It's not to that level. This ain't no East Coast West Coast rivalry. It's not to the level where anybody needs to intervene. So I can see him giving him the heads up, and I can see him not intervening. Just let the chips fall where they may. I didn't do it. I'm not co-signing it, but I'm gonna watch him. I'm gonna watch, cause he put it out. You know what I'm saying? He was going to put it out whether I gave him the go ahead or not. But shout out to you for giving me a heads up. Like, and then like Snoop put out a tweet about it, or a video. He put out a video about it.
Yeah.
So he was just like, did I do it? So yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we'll never know if he knew or not. But I can see him.
Just in my personal opinion, I don't think he knew that he did that. I do feel what you saying, like, that's a rap beef that ain't got nothing to do with me. I really do think if he did know about it, that it would have been some shit that he would have said because about it per se to Drake and to Kendrick, and that's probably something we're gonna hear later on down the line if that is true, because you got to think, Snoop respected Pac. So Snoop gonna say something. Snoop gonna say something about certain shit. So we'll just eventually we're gonna hear him say something about it.
It's possible. It's possible that we could definitely somebody can definitely ask him about it in a few months, and he gonna give his honest opinion, or he just wake up one morning and press record on his phone.
Yeah.
Either way, you probably right. We will hear something.
Yeah, we'll hear something later about it. I mean, and the thing about that is, not getting off of this beef, but you really have to understand. With me, when that shit came out and I was listening to it, and I was like, "Oh shit, this nigga not only AI Pac, but he AI Snoop. Snoop's still alive, and Snoop is legit still the biggest rapper in the motherfucking world."
Facts.
So it's like, oh, I want to see. I really want to see how this goes for real.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't go like I thought it was gonna go, but because I really thought that Kendrick was gonna start nailing that nigga to the cross for disrespecting Snoop and Pac, but he really been on his Pac shit.
Yeah. But back to the freestyle. Tupac's estate was pretty pissed off about it, and pretty much got Drake to take it down. So they took it down from all platforms that it was released on, and they worked with the estate to get it scrubbed from the internet. Now, whether it was 100% scrubbed, I have no idea. But
now, somebody got it.
Yeah.
Somebody got it. But that's the thing. If I was Tupac estate, I would have, or somebody that's running Tupac's estate, I would have felt the same way, because first of all, my nigga, this nigga died over rap beef.
True.
Like, so how dare you do this? Like, do you not understand what you're doing? And you a Toronto nigga beefing with a Cali nigga. Do you know how the turn of events is gonna happen?
I watched somebody talk about that point, and they was like, could you imagine if Drake was from the East Coast? Like, this would be another East Coast West Coast rivalry. And he was like, we can't survive another one of them.
Nah, this shit is hard.
Yeah.
Like, what how this shit is playing out, and this is just my opinion. You know how disrespectful California niggas with money are gonna be when they go to Canada? Like,
wait,
fuck Canada.
As if they can get in, shit.
Most of them can. Don't be like, it's some California niggas that are not felons that are millionaires that are still thugging like a motherfucker.
Right.
Like, don't get it twisted.
So Derek says, no reason to go off about Snoop because he's still here to speak for himself. He don't understand, which furthermore shows he's not in tune with the culture we gave him a pass for.
That's deep.
Yeah, that is deep. That is deep, and that's a good point. That is definitely a good point.
Yeah. Continue with the selection of music that has been coming out since.
Yeah. So yeah, that was tailor-made freestyle. So we get tailor-made freestyle, and then next up we finally have a response from Kendrick. Derek says he need to proofread them raps before he spit, LOL. So, we finally get a response from Kendrick, and that is Euphoria. Euphoria is like over 6 minutes long. He changes the beat like twice. And he says a whole lot. There's a lot of allegations being thrown. One of them being that he has an 11-year-old daughter.
No, that was on Meet the Grams.
I thought he said that on Euphoria first.
No, he didn't say that. No, on Euphoria, this is where I start realizing, because remember I said I think it'd be beneath Drake because of where he's at to even get into this beef. Just let it go, and then that's before I realized how sensitive Drake is, and how he's basically been like throwing pot shots at Kendrick for a minute now. When that came out, I ain't gonna lie, that made me realize two things in life. One, I'm so glad I'm a methodical thinker like I am, and I don't know if I said that word right, but I'm from the city, so I probably fucked it up anyway. But that type of methodical thinking is what makes motherfuckers not fuck with me. Two, this is a really, I feel like I haven't hated a nigga enough. This man basically told you that you ain't shit, and then told you why he hates you. Like,
yeah,
like,
he did go there with the hate. Yeah, okay, you're right. Like he did talk about the kid and Meet the Grams.
yeah.
What he did, what he did in Euphoria was he went heavy with the hate, and then he started talking about how he's not a good father.
Yeah. He's not a good father.
He said something about like he should die or something like that.
He said he should die. He also said he hates that you make the women that you sleep with feel like real women. Like,
yeah,
this is a man on fire right now. Like,
yeah.
that right there is that right there reminded me of one of the scariest things I've ever seen in life, and that is I watched a man get shot. I was 23 years old. I watched a man get shot, and the nigga that shot him, I watched this man turn around and start running because that nigga said, "Oh man, you gotta shoot me in the face for that type of shit," and start reaching for a pistol, and the nigga took off running because he knew that nigga was serious. That was the scariest shit I ever seen, and this reminded me of it. I said, "Oh, okay, you threw that shit out there like it was cool," and this nigga said, "I am going to destroy you."
Right.
Like, I hate this, nigga. He might as well said, "Nigga, I hate the back of your neck. I hate the black on Bobby Brown's gums." Like, this nigga, this nigga was hell bent on serious. And one thing about it was he approached some truthful shit that went over a lot of people's heads. And I always say, like no, he's really showing what a culture vulture Drake is, because Drake has not really been quote unquote a nigga. Only but only when it's beneficial. Good for him. When it's beneficial, Drake's a nigga. But Drake ain't never fully been a nigga.
Right.
And so I could see why somebody like Kendrick, who is basically an introvert with a talent, has a problem with somebody like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see why that would annoy somebody like him. Yeah. Yeah, like he mainly talked about that in Euphoria. And then he talked about how he pretty much was a culture vulture, and he was doing all the culture vulture shit with all the big dudes in Atlanta. Like, he was connecting himself to a lot of the big dudes in Atlanta, and they was giving him passes and stuff. And that's where he was getting his swag from. So,
he was telling him how he was doing. He was doing some bullshit.
Yeah, and it was a lot in that Euphoria one. But what it wasn't was something you can really bop to in the club, and
No,
people criticized him for that. I feel like I feel like ever since Back to Back, people think that rap beefs are something that we need to be in the club bopping to. Like, you don't necessarily need to be in the club bopping to a rap beef.
no, hell no. It's a
But I
fucking
think
beef.
I know, but I feel like it makes it that much worse though. If it's something that you can bop to, you know.
It
So
was. I mean, you gotta. If you know, Pac did it best because Pac had a full ass diss record that was a straight club banger.
mhm.
So Drake was just going off of what he seen,
Yeah,
and that's what he did with Back to Back.
yeah, yeah. But but we weren't on it having to be a club banger when Hit 'Em Up came out.
No, it just happened to be what it was.
Right.
And then Drake thought that's, you know what I'm saying, that's what he was gonna be able to do again.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. So Derek says, tuck the sensitive rapper back in his pajama clothes, Kendrick Lamar control verse. And then Bree is watching. Hey Bree. She says BBL Drizzy is crazy. Yes,
BBL,
we'll get to that.
BBL Drizzy. I swear to God, I want this beat so bad. And I'm not even gonna talk about Drake on it, but I am gonna talk about a bunch of fake ass niggas that I know.
So you just gave up the cheat code. You should have just recorded it and just put it
I
out.
should have.
Because that's what I think. That's what I was thinking, that the angle would be for somebody to win. Because you know it's a contest.
Yeah.
So yeah. So then Derek says, there you go, Lily. I was just about to say that Pac did it first.
Yeah. Listen, to this day, I don't give a fuck where you at. You could be at a club, you can be at a day party, you can be on a yacht, you can be on a boat, you can be at a quinceañera, you can be at a fucking baby shower,
Bar mitzvah.
You could be anywhere. You can be at a wake, and if you hear, that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Like, everybody's gonna get up and start dancing.
Right. Funny story, real quick. So, when I got picked up from the airport Saturday, my mom picked me up, and she was somehow we ended up getting on the what's that called? The Amanda Seales interview she did with Club Shay Shay.
Yeah.
So when we got to my house, we watched it, and it got to the part where they were talking about the Tupac rap beef, and they blurred out what Amanda Seales said after Shannon Sharp brought it up, and my mama was like, "What did she say? What did she say?" And I was like, "Well, she probably said that's why I F'd your B, you fat MF." Of course, I can't cut. I'm grown as hell. I can't cuss in front of my mama. So, she rewound it, yeah, because I was telling her, I was like, if that song get brought up, it don't matter who it is, where you at. That's the part that gets recited every time. So my mama rewound it to read her lips, and that's exactly what she was saying. I was like, "See, I told you."
What it is. Listen,
Yeah.
I know every bar for bar for that song. I'ma still always say, for anybody to know it, that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Like, that's how you know this is about to be some shit. I said this on a previous podcast. If someone ever says that to me, or someone around me in general, I was about to be a shootout. I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. I know where it's going after that.
It can't go nowhere but up. So Cortez is watching. Hi, Cortez. He says, when Drake said K Dot rap like he trying to free the slaves was some bullshit. Lost a lot of respect for Drake. Yeah. So we're about to go to that song.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we have Euphoria. Euphoria was put out. Then 616 in LA was put out. Not even gonna hold you. I didn't even listen to that song all the way through. It was a tad bit boring for me.
What?
Yeah. It was a tad bit boring for me. So yeah. So 616 in LA. Which is a play off of those songs that Drake puts out that has like the time and place as the title. So then Drake puts out Family Matters. And Drake also puts out Family Matters with a video to accompany it. Soon as you see the video, I was like, okay, so one of the things he said in Euphoria was he don't like the way that he say nigga, which I can agree with. And then he said something about how he's Tommy Hilfiger, but he's never had FUBU or something like that. Something to that effect.
Yeah.
So the beginning shot in the Family Matters video is Drake with the G Unit chain, spinning the G Unit chain, and then flipping off the camera. And then you see what type of shirt he has on, which is a FUBU shirt. And then the next shot is them towing the Good Kid, Mad City van. And I thought that video was hilarious. Like, hilarious. Because you know that video, that van is pretty iconic. Well, the album cover for Good Kid, Mad City is pretty iconic. Because of the album being such a classic. So for him to take that van, tow it, and then take it to the lot and, you know, smash it was very symbolic and pretty entertaining to watch. Now I didn't understand the whole G Unit chain part. Do you know the significance why he had the G Unit chain?
G Unit chain is because both of them are knowing each other or going at each other. What that was representing is, if you think about it, and I forgot the song. Which was it Euphoria? He dropped the DJ Who Kid a tag. Mm-hmm. Who Kid? He dropped that. That's at one time that was G Unit's fucking DJ.
Mm-hmm.
So that was his reference to that. But for me, as somebody that like at one point thought I was gonna be a rapper, I took that and I was like, why did he put the tag on there? And I was like, oh, it ain't even about DJ Who Kid, it's about Who Kid.
Oh.
Like, cause you don't be having your kids. Whose kid? So that's why he put that G Unit spinner on that motherfucker.
Okay. Yeah, because I was just like, I mean, it's pretty. I mean, visually it was pretty cool, but I didn't get it. So
I'm about to say he did that, and then then like he just started off with nigga, and like one thing I say
that
is
was good. That was good.
I'm not one of I'm never gonna be one of them people to say people of color can't say nigga. I won't say that, because Drake does have nigga in him, you know. So I'm never gonna say he can't say it, because he does have it in him. What I will say is we fail to realize, or not we fail to realize, we tend to forget that Drake had to be taught how to say nigga. Because if you listen to his interviews when he was in Canada, and he was trying to be a mixtape rapper, he used the hard R a lot.
Yeah.
All the time. That was what that's what he was taught. He was taught nigger. He wasn't taught nigger. He had to get taught nigger. So he went to Texas and was running around like, oh yeah, these my niggers, dog. And they was like, what? Yeah, that's my nigger right there. And he was like, you nah. Jay Prince was like, listen, young man. I get it. You gonna do what you want to do. You gonna smoke, you gonna fuck these hoes, but you're not gonna use the hard R in the state of Texas. Not around me.
Right.
We had to get taught that. And that's one of the things that I really love that Kendrick really highlighted on, because a lot of people tend to forget that.
Yeah. I mean that's a discussion a different day about that, because somebody did a collage of the people that no longer need to say that word. And I was just like, you know what? I agree. I feel like mixed people, we have they have a quota or they have a ceiling. And I feel like some of them have already hit their ceiling. So we're done here. Here.
You know, I'm gonna say this. As a mutt myself, I happen to look more cultured than most people, and that's because I grew up poor. It'd be a big difference if I not being disrespectful to any person like me that grew up in the suburbs or any other area. I'm privy to only knowing a certain culture. I happen to not know my dad's. So, but I'm privy to know a certain culture. So I know what I'm saying. When I say nigga with the utmost respect. Some of these artists that we have out here, and I'll be point blank, some including a Drake, they only use their black privilege when it's beneficial.
Yeah.
You know, I've always had to use it, period.
Yeah.
So it's if it's beneficial, if it ain't beneficial, I'm a live and die as a nigga. You know, they don't have that. So with some of these artists, I do feel like, or some of these people in general, I feel like, yeah, you shouldn't use your black privilege when you think it only works for you. If you're a certain way in real life, that's what you need to be.
Okay. Derek said it's really about the culture, not skin tone. The culture and the skin tone kind of gotta align, because you can be of the culture and not of the skin tone.
Yeah.
And you better not say that motherfucking word. So, yeah. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's a conversation for a different day. It's just, yeah, I don't really care for too many people to say that word.
I get it.
So,
I get it 100%. As a nigga that as a nigga that people be like, what is your daddy? And I'm like, so what? No. Right. So
right.
I get it.
But I'm very picky with it when it comes to that word. Like, I don't like people on the East Coast saying that word for real, because it sounds weird. It sounds weird out their mouth. And I also don't like it when people say that word talking about kids. That is weird. That's weird to me. Why are you calling a kid a nigga? Like, it's weird. But yeah, like I said, I'm very particular when it comes to that word.
I get it. And then I really get it with New York, because everybody in New York says it.
Yeah, and then that's another thing. New Yorkers let people that are not black say it.
Yeah, if you're a real New Yorker, it's been an Italian dude that came to you and been like, so really, what makes me a nigga, Paulie? Like, you like, what the fuck? Wait a minute.
Right. And then like people who are non-Afro Latina say it, i.e. Fat Joe.
Fat Joe.
And he will argue you up and down the street on why it's okay for him to say it.
Because he swears he's Afro-Latina, and I really
And
want to
he's
see
not.
his, yeah, that's why I'm like, I really want to see, like, no disrespect, and I'm not even gonna be that kind. Like, I never gave Fat Joe a pass, because I did. For a long time, I gave Fat Joe a pass. Just
I gave
because
Fat Joe a pass when I didn't understand what he was. Because, you know, we don't have, out in Kansas City, we have black, white, Mexican, and Asian. That's it. I don't know nothing about nothing else.
Well, I will stop that. I will say we have black, white, Asian, and we also have Latino, because we can't just put it as Mexican, because I'm not a Mexican.
Well, you and 5 other people.
That's a whole fucking family line. Like, no, like, it's 2 different sets of hues, y'all. If y'all don't know, in Kansas City, it's 2 different sets of hues. It's a nigga set of hues, and then it's a set of hues which I am from, which are descendants from Indians and Cubans.
But it's not that many. Like your Hugheses, and then who else that are Afro Latinos?
I don't know. I didn't
exactly. That's my point.
I didn't even know what Afro Latina was until like 5 years ago.
Me too. Until Amara La Negra on Love and Hip Hop Miami. I got my education from Love and Hip Hop Miami. But my point is that Kansas City is not that diverse when it comes to Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have Mexicans. We have a lot of Mexicans. And those are fighting words if you call a Hispanic a Mexican. So, yeah, that's what we have. So I didn't like, when you see Big Pun, when you see Fat Joe, I'm just thinking they black. I'm not understanding, because I'm like, they have to be black to say nigga, right?
Big Pun definitely had black in it.
But my point is that I thought they were black because I didn't know nothing else. You know what I'm saying? And they're saying nigga. You know, that's my whole thing. And I didn't know until I was an adult that no, they're not black. They're not like us. You know, so yeah. But that has nothing to do with the beef that we're talking about. But yeah, so Family Matters got put out. What was your thoughts on Family Matters?
I actually as a person that just like loves rap beef, I thought Family Matters was pretty good. I ain't even gonna lie.
Same.
What I did not expect was for me to only listen to this song for 10 minutes before a fucking diss track came right the fuck back out.
I know, right?
I'm listening to Family Matters and I'm like, oh, and then all of a sudden I turned around and this nigga was like, Dear Sandra. But I said, did this nigga go stand on this shit? Like, I said, oh, this nigga is crazy. Like,
yeah. So Derek says he was sliding on Family Matters for sure. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was with the beat changes, with the video. Like, he sat and thought about Family Matters. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I can say about Drake. He does get a bit creative with these rap beats that he's in. So you can't do nothing but respect that, you know. So yeah, Family Matters was a good song. Then like you said, about 15 minutes later, we get Meet the Grams. Meet the Grams was mad disrespectful. Derek says, Kendrick came and popped that balloon. Yeah.
Nigga, not only did he pop the balloon, he ripped the fucking music out of the fucking wall. Like, this nigga popped the balloon and ripped that shit out the wall, and then he just walked out like real calm and cool.
He took the cake and he Hulk smashed it to the ground, and then he walked out.
Nigga, he gave him that look back of disgust. That nigga did all that shit and he did.
Right.
And
Right.
and walked
And then walked out. That shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't even get a good bop in on Family Matters before you heard Meet the Grams. Then you hear Meet the Grams, and yeah, this motherfucker wrote a letter to his son, wrote a letter to his dad, wrote a letter to his mom, and wrote a letter to the 11-year-old daughter that he supposedly was hiding from the world. He also started claiming that he was a pedo and that he got pedos in his camp. It's a lot of allegations being thrown out.
A lot of allegations.
No, yeah. Back to
What
Family.
I found out, I don't necessarily think he got pedos in his camp, but what I did find out is one of his niggas did get arrested for making a 22-year-old do some shit on him.
Do some shit on him.
Yes, he made her do some sexual acts. So he's not a pedophile, but he is kind of a rapist.
Yeah. Now if we go back to Family Matters for a second, there was allegations thrown out in that song as well. The allegations that Kendrick is a woman beater and that he's been beating his fiance. So yeah, like I said before, all's fair in a rap beef, but without receipts, you kind of got to take some of this stuff with a grain of salt, because this shit is going to a low level. Like you can't throw shit out. My thing, you can't put shit like that on people without receipts. We still to this day have not seen receipts about either one of those allegations.
No.
Now,
what I will say about that Kendrick shit is that shit was discussed a couple of years ago about a domestic dispute between him and his girl, and I think that's where they placing it from. Or no, they didn't even say his wife at the time. They were saying it was a woman that he allegedly mishandled.
mm-hmm.
And he addressed that shit, and he said, like, that shit was not only was it a false claim on some shit, but he was like, that just downplays what really is going on when it comes to domestic violence and people putting their hands on women. Like, don't try to put me in that boat. Like, he addressed it a long time ago. Like, that ain't what it is. Like, it ain't never. I've never did no shit like that. So, I think it was stemming from that. I think that's what gave him the fuel to the fire to say some shit like that. And again, I don't know what be going on in these niggas' lives. These niggas be knowing what be going on in each other's life because those niggas live in a bubble. I always tell people, when you're a certain caliber and you're rich, y'all live in a bubble. It don't matter what we be talking about. Y'all be knowing the inner circles of what be going on with y'all. But I one thing I will say is, as far as the pedophile shit going on and the wife beater shit going on, there is no evidence that Kendrick has been doing shit like that. But there have been people. It was a lady comedian in Canada that talked about Drake being a pedophile. So
Drake has had some questionable behavior. I'm not gonna put the pedophile label on him, but he has done some questionable behavior. Like, there's a video that's circulating now from a really long time ago when he was on stage and he had this girl on stage and he was like, dancing all up on her and stuff like that. Then he finds out later the girl is 17. But after he finds out the girl is 17, he kisses her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then also how he has these friendships with the girl from Stranger Things and with Billie Eilish when she was like underage as well. So it's like it's very questionable, and it's like what does a man that's a grown ass man have in common with a 14-year-old? Like it's weird. It's very weird and it's very questionable. So like I said, I'm not gonna put the pedo stuff on him, but he does do questionable behavior where it's not that far of a reach for somebody to put that on him.
It's not.
You know.
And then it's evident, like when Billie Eilish was turning 18, that nigga was in her DMs, not in her DMs, but he was actually on her post. Like, I can't wait. Like, it's giving the countdown to Britney turning 18. Remember, this is the shit that I didn't understand when I was a kid. I thought I was like, all white men are scum, and that's what I thought at 18. I don't believe that now, but not even at 18. But when I was younger, I thought a white man was weird because they really posted a countdown of Britney Spears becoming an adult so they can really jack off to her and not feel bad about it.
Right. Same thing with Lindsay Lohan. Same thing with the Olsen twins. I used to work at a job where this white guy had the countdown calendar on his desk for the Olsen twins. And I'm like, why is this appropriate? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's weird. It's very weird.
Yeah, it's giving that shit off. It's like, nigga, I ain't never, like, when I was as a grown man, if like, I never, like, case in point, wife and kids. Grew up with wife and kids. Now they be posting how the little girl looks now and all that shit. That's fine now for me to say anything. But I never was on that kind of, I was never like counting down to how fine this little girl was about to be. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's some weird ass shit, nigga. And for you to, sorry, my son just screamed like a woman real bad, but he's having fun. But yeah, I just never understood why niggas do that. It's like, nah, like, and I ain't even gonna say niggas. I will strictly put it to like white men because that's what you see a lot.
Yeah,
it's nigga pedophiles. Don't get me fucked up. It's savage ass niggas out here.
Yeah.
But in public, white men do this, and they don't get no type of shame from it. Case in point, like, and I'm not calling Drake a white man like Rick Ross is because he's not a white man.
And Kendrick calls him that now too.
And Kendrick calls him that. But what I will say is, nigga, it was really quite weird that you were renting out whole fucking restaurants and spots to hang out with one little underage girl.
Yeah.
It's really weird for you to do that. I don't care whatever the statutes and limitations in Canada is, all that shit. She didn't even meet that at the time.
Right. It was extremely weird. It was extremely weird. So yeah, like I said, it's not a big of a reach to go down that road. But I'm just not gonna put that label on him.
Well, I mean, yeah, we can't put it on him. We can just state what we've seen.
Right.
I'm not gonna put the pedophile label on him. But you have been doing some real suspect shit. Regardless of what anybody can legally prove. Some things that Drake has been doing is kind of weird. And the whole thing with of for 1 minute, remember how he was all in everybody's DM getting and trying to get them on when they was freshly starting off. Case in point, Meg, Ice Spice, all these motherfuckers, like, you know, this is what you look for. And I get it if you want young women, but you gotta be more Leo DiCaprio than R. Kelly, my nigga. Like,
you know, ideally, yeah. Yeah. But
if you just like young bitches, you like young bitches, but make sure them young bitches is grown.
Right. Another thing that we didn't talk about before we moved on from Family Matters was the line where he said that Kendrick rap like he's trying to free the slaves. Now, I was like I get what he was saying. However, he got a whole lot of backlash for that rhyme. And I
You better
totally
than me because I
understand.
don't get what you're saying at that. Like, you would
You
have
right.
to explain that to me, my nigga. Like, what do you mean? Like, I thought that's what you rappers were supposed to do. Y'all know what I'm saying? Y'all was supposed to make us, as far as us as niggas, you supposed to make us feel like we could do something better. Like, so you supposed quote unquote free the slaves, nigga. That's what we that's what we are. Like, this is, in my opinion, this is how you start separating yourself, Drake.
Yeah.
Nigga, like, you don't rap to free the slaves either.
No, his music is not to free anybody. Probably free them from their underwear, but no.
Like, you supposed to give that, that motivation of you. If you got talent, nigga, this is where you could be. Like, this is what Kendrick is telling people. You don't have to be the person that has to push out a bunch of music that don't make sense. You can push out music that makes sense to you and the people around you, and you can see how that shit does. And you can see how that takes care of your family if you are talented enough to get that far.
Mm-hmm.
So you saying that shit was for me, that was not only a downplay on what Kendrick is as far as the black community, period, but it was a downplay on what the fuck rappers are supposed to do nowadays. Ain't nobody, we got to stop getting to the level where rappers should only talk about one thing and then not, know what I'm saying, and then not give back. I'm only talking about, I'm only gonna do this, I only gonna do this. I don't really give a fuck about what's really going on in the neighborhoods. I ain't trying to fix nothing. Like, Kendrick is the difference.
I don't think that Drake don't give back. Like, the whole God's Plan, he gave back with his song and with the video.
And that was a one-time deal.
But it was in real life.
But it was in real life. It was a one-time deal.
So how many times you want him to make a video giving back?
You ain't got to make a video of giving back. Think about certain things.
Think about how slick that finesse was.
That was a good slick finesse. But think about if we pay attention to what Kendrick does. Kendrick puts money back into the hood. He puts money back into Compton. What does Drake do? He did one video where he was giving back in a random spot in, what was that, Tennessee?
So because he didn't give back in the way that you feel he should give back, we got to discredit the way that he did?
No. We discredit the way he did it if he only does it one time. A philanthropist, because he calls himself a philanthropist.
I don't have the list of what he's done and what he hasn't done, so I can't put that on him.
But you're totally right, because he doesn't have a list, Lindsay.
How do you know? Did you look it up?
I've been trying to look up shit for that shit, and I haven't found any type of philanthropy. I haven't found out any type of philanthropy.
What if he does it anonymously?
Okay. I mean, I'll give you that, but what I'm saying is, you see the philanthropy that Kendrick is doing, and that's not me swaying towards Kendrick, because I think rap beef is rap beef. I'm gonna be totally neutral on this. I'm friends. I ain't got shit to do with shit.
But I don't know. I have a different thought process than most people, I would presume, has, because I don't, maybe because I'm not of the other cultures, but I don't see no other culture really holding their people to the fire about giving back. You know what I'm saying?
And that's cool when you have that opinion. Because
But why is it that the black culture like makes it mandatory?
for me, I'm gonna tell you, in my opinion, why it should be mandatory. Only because, especially when it comes to rappers, we claim blocks, we claim niggas that died on these blocks, we claim niggas that died on these streets, and and some of us are privileged to become multi-millionaires. And what we don't do is change what's going on in those blocks. If I'm an individual, like say for instance, if I became a well-known, world-renowned rapper or lyricist or whatever anybody wanted to place me under, and I had millions of dollars, the first thing I would want to do is change the way my hood's environment was, because what I don't want to talk about is how people were still dying in my neighborhood. You know, that's why I say we should give back, because a lot of rappers they've made these millions talking about they dead homies, and nowadays, and especially in 2024, we got niggas not only provocating what's going on and making it seem like that's the legit way to live in these neighborhoods, but they actually smoking on their enemies. And I'm like, you're doing this, and yet and still, nobody brings their mama out the hood no more. Remember, the whole objective was to get your mama out the hood? Niggas don't even bring their mama out the hood no more, because they still want to go to the hood and represent what they used to be. But you would never be that, my nigga. You are a millionaire now. You are a millionaire now. Well, you don't have to do a bunch of shit, but you know what would be dope? If they was just like, every now and then, little scratch and sniff, make sure that in the summer, everybody's grass is cut. Like, you have to do something.
Not little scratches.
Yeah, like, you have to do something to the... You are the whole world knows your neighborhood, and you still have your neighborhood be like shit. That's why I be on some, these niggas, they ain't as real as they say they is, or they just don't want to change. Like, once you get money, you supposed to not be the same broke nigga. Your mentality is supposed to be different, and you supposed to have the richest nigga in the room is the loneliest nigga in the room. That's why everybody in the room needs to have money, because you don't want to be a target. These niggas keep making themselves targets because they don't want to help nobody else out.
Yeah. And I give you that or whatever, but it just seems like we just make it such a mandatory thing. Like, one thing that always stuck out to me was, remember that song Ghetto Superstar with Prize and Maya and ODB?
Yeah.
Remember, it was a huge hit. They were on TRL, and somebody called in and asked ODB, what is he doing for the black community? He said nothing. And of course, it was funny because ODB is just naturally funny. But you get to thinking about it, and it's just like, why do we make it mandatory for that to be something that they have to do? Like, you should, if you want to do something that's great, that's awesome or whatnot, but it shouldn't be something that you should be vilified for if you don't.
I'm not saying you should ever be vilified for it.
But we the only ones that make it a issue when you don't.
Because
Like you don't never see nobody going on what is it? What it used to be, Regis and Kelly back in the day, or Kelly and her husband now, whatever it's called. You don't never see nobody going there and they ask them what they doing back home. You know what I'm saying?
Because they don't have to. That my thing is this, and anybody can take this how they want to. Slavery is not too far off from us.
True.
So because slavery is not too far off from us, and we've all seen every time someone did try to make a difference, they were assassinated. And you know what? And I'm not downplaying anybody, but I will say this as a real fundamental fact. The reason why a lot of them niggas got assassinated is because they were broke and they were well watched over. They can be seen. So for an individual to hate where they grew up at and talk about how much they hated to make them get out of it, we are doing a lot of disservice to a lot of people that die when we don't turn around and make that reciprocated. Because the thing about it is, with Medgar Evers, with Martin Luther King, with Malcolm X, with all these people that had these movements and these things going on, what they didn't have is the collateral to do it on their own. You niggas have the collateral to do it on your own. And so, and y'all ain't even getting headhunted like that. As long as y'all keep y'all nose clean and don't be on no extra shit, these niggas will look a blind eye to your one small neighborhood. So why can't we do it? You know, that's the thing.
It was that we can't do it. I'm just saying that we shouldn't be vilified if we don't.
We shouldn't be vilified, but we should feel like we're obligated to do it. If we really think about it, if we talk about how oppressed black people are, and black people are severely suppressed even after slavery. If we talk about that, why do we have all of these billionaires, millionaires that aren't trying to make a coalition? They're doing. I feel like, me personally, I feel like motherfuckers is doing it out of fear. They're scared that something can happen to them. My thing is, y'all talk about Pac so much, that nigga wasn't scared of shit. So, if put me in those shoes of niggas that's getting deals that they're getting. These niggas are making $50 to $60 million on tours. They're selling their albums. They don't even give a fuck about copyrights no more. They're just like, hey, I'll give you an album. Give me $20 million. And they giving them that shit. You can't put 100 in the hood. I ain't telling you to put millions. I'm telling you to put 100 in the hood. You telling me DJ Smoke Enough can't make sure that every house in this hood is taken care of? That's the shit. I ain't telling you to do nothing big. I'm telling you to, wherever you grew up at. That's why I like David Banner so much, because where he grew up at ain't the same no more.
Yeah. I mean, he did major things when Katrina hit, and nobody talks about that enough.
Yeah, it's like you have to. I ain't telling you to go out here and do the most. But your hood, nigga, the whole old saying of hard times make hard man make soft times, soft time make soft man. Like, okay, let's make it happen then. That hard time that I grew up with made me a hard nigga. My hard ways made I make a soft land for my generations growing up. Mm-hmm. Like, why can't we do that? Like, this is. White people been doing it for years. Jewish people been doing it for years. Asians been doing it for years. I think the thing is, nobody, none of them get vilified because they automatically know how to do it. We don't want to do it for each other. That's the thing. That's the whole big difference. They automatically know to do it. White people automatically know to help other white people. Asian people know to help other Asian people. Black people be like, man, them niggas they wasn't in the gym shooting with me.
I don't think that's necessarily the truth.
Shit.
So Derek says, I know Kendrick does have a lot of things in the community and goes to the projects he grew up at a lot. And Nip was trying to do that, and look what happened to him.
What happened to Nip was trying to still keep hood politics in a place where he was handling business at. That's just that's just nigga rules 101. When you're trying to politic at a place, you should not handle nigga business there. It would have been and no downplay to Nip, because again, rest in peace to the dead. But I would have never told that man at that point in time, you can't come over here because of certain things. I would have handled that a very different way, because this is where my business is. You got to understand what, know what I'm saying, certain rules of the game. Business is business. Personal is personal. I got a personal beef with you because you a snitch, or I heard you was a snitch. I'm not bringing that to my business.
Yeah. And Derek also says Nip Hood was too close to that new stadium and was buying up real estate to keep it black owned. Yeah, I saw a video like that's probably done maybe a month ago that shows what it looks like now, and it's a drastic difference. It's kind of sad, but you know, none of this has to do with the beef, and we have went far left.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we do. But yeah, the free to slaves, the free to slaves comment pissed a lot of people off. My whole thing is that a half Jewish person from Canada could never say a line like that and get away with it.
I mean, what he did though.
He said it. He didn't get away with that shit because a lot of people was pissed. Yeah. A lot of people was pissed with a couple of lines that he said. That one being one of them. So so that was Family Matters. Then we went to Meet the Grams. Like I said, that was pretty much a letter to everybody in his family about how fucked up of a person Drake is. And what did you think of Meet the Grams?
I thought Meet the Grams was one of the hardest fucking rap beef songs that I've heard in years. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't give a fuck about the false information or anything. If it's false or if it's true, it still was mastered in the way of wordplay that was very, very dope and very, very scary. I keep saying this shit is scary because, listen, this nigga told his daddy he was a fuck up in a letter and told his daddy it was his fault. In the same letter, he told his mama he shouldn't be here. Like, you should have thought about it and unalive this nigga. Then he told his son that you should call me when you need guidance.
Yeah. Told his son that his grandfather should have wore a condom.
Nigga.
That would have me knocking on your door. Like, bitch, what?
This is how you know Kendrick is ready to really fight this nigga. Like, flat out. Like, at this point, I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass. Like, I'm going to stomp you with these size 7s.
Yeah.
And shout out to him having size 7s. That means that nigga get Jordans for like $89. I would love it. I would love it.
He don't get all the air bubbles in his Air Maxes.
I don't give a fuck. That shit is still fire.
I
went from wearing a 7.5 to a 9.5, and I'm so mad because now I pay grown prices.
Hey, welcome to the stripper game, partner. Like, so yeah, that Meet the Grams was mad disrespectful, and that would have me come see you. Like, this shit is all fun and games, but you didn't took it way too far. Like, we gonna have to swab it out. It's on site at that point because you mad disrespectful. It ain't no kumbaya. Ain't no let's keep it on wax. Ain't nothing.
This nigga
Ain't nothing.
The wordplay of Kendrick is dope because the nigga was calling him Crody, which if nobody knows, Crody is a term for homie in Toronto, but this is the name of Drake's cat. Drake's cat is called Crody.
First off, Drake got a cat.
I'm not gonna downplay anybody having a cat because I have a cat.
I know.
But what I will say about it is when he was calling him at the same time, he was saying he called him a Crody, and then he told his cat that, I hope that nigga's still around to take care of you, Crody. That nigga called him a pussy and then took care of his cat at the same time. This nigga is a monster. Like, I'm like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I totally downplayed how serious this nigga Kendrick is when it comes to really word playing. This nigga's a monster.
Yeah, he's definitely a beast at it. That just was mad disrespectful, dog. Like, but again, all's fair in a rap beef. All is fair in a fucking rap beef. But yeah, we wouldn't be beefing no more. I would have to come find you. Like, that would be me on a beat. Drop your location. Drop your motherfucking location.
It was so disrespectful. You know how many memes I seen that they was like when Drake's son gets mad at him, and all of them was him going to his room or like running outside listening to that Kendrick Lamar song. And I was like, God damn.
Right. So Deshaun is watching. Hey, Deshaun. He says Team J. Cole.
Yeah, because he was smart. He stayed the fuck out of there.
Right.
He knew. I will keep saying this. Not only his soul, but niggas that is in this industry told him, this ain't what you want to do, young fella. This seriously. Ain't what you want to do.
Seriously.
This ain't Lil Pump. This ain't Lil Pump.
Couple of things I saw on Twitter in regards to J. Cole. If I send you this, just know I'm about to make a sound business decision.
And you supposed to.
Right. And then this one says, if I send you this, it means the battle is not yours, it's the Lord's.
Goddamn right.
Right.
Goddamn right. Listen, boy, when I say that nigga tucked his tail, he tucked his tail again.
I don't call it tucking his tail. I call it being like, you know what? I'm not here for this shit. I know what that man can do, and I know what I can do, and I'm out. Because for real, my honest, humble opinion, I think J. Cole would have won. I honestly do. But I feel like it would have gone to levels that J. Cole don't want to go to. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like J. Cole really knows, because like I tell people straight up, I know my mouth is fucked up. And I feel like J. Cole is on that same type of time. So that's the reason why I'm like, I think he know what Kendrick can do, and I think he know what he can do. And he's like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
It ain't even that deep. I'm out.
You know what? I will give you that. But then I will also say it's quite scary to find out in a rap beef that a man has not only had shit ready for this nigga over here, but he also got shit ready for you over here. Nobody is paying attention to this nigga is Batman. This nigga Kendrick Lamar is Batman. This
Right.
nigga has contingency plans for everybody around him that he thinks is great.
Mm-hmm.
I think J. Cole realized that in the beat. As soon as he said it, he said, "Oh shit, wait a minute. I had to sit down and write this. I don't have nothing to like go back to back."
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick had shit in the vault that he couldn't wait to say to me.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna just fall back. I'm gonna just fall back.
Right.
Drake thinks and Drake has a superior camp. So Drake knows that he got enough he got enough niggas in his arsenal to help him do this. So he doesn't have a problem doing it. Again, which is kind of crazy to me because like I said in the beginning, I think for Drake to be where he's at and the level of life that he's in, it would have been inferior for me to even get into that. Like if that's what he thinks, that's what he think. Let me move on and continue to make my money. But no, he's gonna lose more than he ever gains in this rap beef just because I don't give a fuck if he drops the dopest motherfucking diss track out tomorrow. The difference is with Kendrick still has 5 more to give you.
Kendrick got an album.
Yeah. it's just like I keep telling I told nigga, shout out to my nigga Cooper, because I told this nigga a month ago, I said, man, what motherfuckers should be afraid of is the nigga that already have shit lined up, because they're gonna Jay-Z the game. This is what made Jay-Z so cold. He let these niggas come out with these diss songs, and he buried it and didn't say anything. And he started coming out with albums where he started addressing every last one of these niggas. And he solidified himself as a GOAT. I said, they better be afraid of the nigga that does that.
Yeah. Yeah, because Kendrick was quiet for a minute. He was quiet for a minute. That's the reason why Drake. That's the reason why Drake came out with those 2 songs like he did. You know what I'm saying? And that freestyle was basically summoning him like, hey, where you at, nigga? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But then when he dropped, boy, did he drop. So Deshaun also says, protect your peace, 100. And then he also says, I agree with you 100%, BFL. Yeah. 100. So.
Nigga.
Yeah. So
stay out of it. Nigga, when that nigga haunts your dreams.
Yeah.
When a nigga haunts your dreams, you know you got to get the fuck out of that situation.
Yeah.
Like straight up. Like I've never been in a situation where a nigga haunted my dreams. Mm-hmm. But I do know niggas, and I've been in situations with niggas where niggas was full on scared of motherfuckers. Like they was like, man, fuck you said his sister gonna be here. Oh man, I'm about to leave. Like I've seen that type of shit. J. Cole reminded me of all that type of shit. Like, nope, I don't even want to know, because if I see him, I already know what it's about to be.
Right. But that could also be knowing your strength. And I feel like with J. Cole, I think he knows his strength. And he know the shit wasn't working. He was like, shoot, that nigga didn't come after my family. All he said was just fuck the big 3. Well, fuck them then, shit. I don't care. Like,
yeah, so. I mean, my thing is with J. Cole, it's like, J. Cole, you always been a nigga to say your piece. So say your piece about it and let it be. Don't delete that shit.
Yeah. I was kind of disappointed that it was deleted because I like the song. I like
The
the
song
song.
was thorough. The song was authentically J. Cole.
Mm-hmm. And we talked about it before that he was saying some truths in that
I was
song.
about to say, I don't see anything on that song that was fabricated.
Right. Right.
So at the end of the day, let it be what it is, and then just end it. Like Cole's whole thing was that fucked me up was an apology. If Cole never says nothing, if Kendrick drops anything else and Cole never says nothing, I would still be like, all right. I mean, Cole stood on his, period.
Yeah.
He said what he said. You can drop 5 songs dissing this nigga. He don't give a fuck. He said what he said.
Yeah. Right. That could have been an angle that he went with. But the whole him not sleeping at night or whatever, he still would have been up, I guess. I don't know.
That just proves to be, and I'm not downing anybody when I say this. And I really want to respect everybody when I say this. But that just proves to me that sometimes that white in you makes you bitch.
And on that note,
Just gonna say that. Just nigga. As a nigga, I said what I said. I don't give a fuck what he drops from here on out. That nigga could say, as long as that nigga don't talk about my kids or my mama, we cool.
Yeah.
Now, if he say something about my kids or my mama, again, ain't no more rapping after that. I'm totally on my Pac shit after that. Like, nigga, you gotta see me.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. So, yeah, after Meet the Grams, we we get blessed with Not Like Us, which is a bop if I've never heard one. With Mustard on the beat, ho. So my question is Drake and Mustard okay?
You know what? See, this is the thing. Mustard could have gave Kendrick that beat a long time ago.
But check this out. I don't think so. And you know why I don't think so? Because that is the Nas Hate Me Now sample.
Drake's not. I hate to say it like that, but Drake has been the quote unquote weirdo in the rap game, but he's been pushed to the side for years because of Kanye. But motherfuckers have been saying Drake is on some real funny bunny ass weird shit when it comes to business.
Yeah. There's a couple of people that have done great breakdowns, and they have been mentioning how he is on something else.
Yeah, he's on different
and
shit.
he's been burning a lot of bridges. And I feel like the reason why people still fuck with him on any capacity is because he is successful. Like, if you get him on your song, 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be a hit. You're gonna get radio play. You're gonna make money. So I feel like that's the reason why they've been letting that shit slide with him for so long. But this is like the reckoning, I guess.
I mean, yeah, you really have to pay attention, and that's one thing that I did pay attention to. If 40 is the only nigga that's been consistent with Drake. If you think about it, Drake changes his camp every 2-3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Because what he does is he gets these motherfuckers that are talented and legit stars in their own right, and then he just juices them for everything that they got, and then he doesn't give them a way to even become famous, and they leave.
Yeah.
Like Drake's been doing this for years. So everybody, this has been what Drake's been out for 15 years? That's been the norm for Drake.
Yeah.
And that's why his camp constantly change. Every time, if you see, like even think about it, if you watch the video of Riding Through the Six with My Woes, and then watch and then look at the picture that he just posted up. Ain't none of them niggas the same niggas.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga constantly changes. He got it. Even case in point, the nigga used to roll with Jay Prince Jr.
Yeah.
Like the nigga constantly switches. If it's not of his as an and this is just my opinion. I think Drake is a narcissist, and if it doesn't appeal to his narcissism, he gets people that become yes men. And like how he tried to finesse the Weeknd. Like he not even damn near. He took a whole album from the Weeknd.
Basically.
Like he took a whole album from the Weeknd and made was gonna make Weeknd just a nigga that was gonna write for him, and Weeknd knew and had to leave and form his own self. Good thing for the Weeknd to be as talented enough to already have shit on the backboard, because if that was everything he put his mind and soul to, we would never know who the Weeknd was.
Right. And there was another video where they talked about that part, and they was talking about how that I guess the Weeknd had said that was like the best decision he could have ever made was not signing an LVO.
Yeah, listen, if you listen to Take Care, you understand that like, if you listen to that motherfucker word for word, you'd be like, oh, that's really the Weeknd.
Yeah, that's the crazy part, because arguably Take Care is his best album.
Yeah, and that's the Weeknd.
To find out that this majority the Weeknd, now you understand why the Weeknd is such a huge artist that he is now. You know what I'm saying? Because the talent is there. Like the Weeknd is the one that did the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? The Weeknd is the one that's like the most streamed artist ever. You know what I'm saying? So the talent
that would have all been lost if he would have signed OVO.
It would have so been lost. Like it's lost on Party Next Door. Party Next Door should be way bigger than what he is now. Way bigger than
Party Next Door.
Yeah. So, yeah. And then like I looked up his camp, and the majority of the people that's in his camp, I don't even know them. So, but then in the same breath, a lot of people say that that's the issue that people have when they're signed to other artists, because other artists at the end of the day are going to put themselves first, and it's probably a best decision not to sign to another artist. But there are.
The thing I would say to that is, don't sign to an artist that is full of himself. It's like, you have to understand, when an artist, if you sign to an artist and they're not pushing you, then yeah, that, you know what I'm saying, you know what type of artist that is. But it's his mentor wasn't even like that. Wayne was the best rapper alive.
Right.
And he put everybody else on and made sure that they had a platform.
Exactly. That's why I was saying, like, there are anomalies and exceptions to the rule, because Lil Wayne is that exception. You know what I'm saying? Because we wouldn't have Drake if it wasn't for him. So.
This nigga put a 15-year-old nigga named Lil Twist that talked about murder and fucking on.
Well, damn. So Derek says, and that's why Kendrick said he don't have a classic, because Drake is not the one putting it together. Because we all know Drake got classic, but is it really Drake is why he said that. Right.
I mean, one thing I will say about that is I'm never going to downplay an artist when they represent as an artist. Drake has always called himself an artist, but some way, somehow, he always gets caught in these rap beefs. As an artist, artists have multiple writers. That's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
They have multiple writers all the time. It is switched to at first you had, in order to be a rapper, you had to write your own bars. Now in this new age, you don't have to do that anymore. And so I will never name him as one of the best lyricists, no, because he doesn't write anything. But as an artist,
wait.
Excuse me, when I say don't write anything, I want to say don't write the majority of the things that he puts out. Let me say that, because I don't say he doesn't write anything, because he does write, and he actually has made good songs for other people.
Right.
So I know what I'm saying. Let me deter and take that right back. Mm-hmm. What I will say is the majority of his hits are not wrote by him.
I wouldn't even go that far. Like the majority are collaborations. I would say the majority are collaborations, because so like we all know he doesn't write every single thing that he spits. However, we're not gonna act like he just is Diddy out here and don't write anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, he writes, and he writes well. And like you just stated, he has wrote hits for other people.
Yes, phenomenal hits for other people.
Right, i.e. Alicia Keys. So, and Alicia Keys is a writer herself, and one of her best songs was written by Drake. So, yeah. His pen is great. But
his pen has an asterisk against it.
It has an asterisk, yeah.
An asterisk against it, because
it does.
When it comes to certain things, certain hits that he has are not his. Yeah. Like, no collaboration at all, just taking someone's song.
So what song did he just has zero writing credits on that he sung or rapped?
For me, the only thing I really know about is the Take Care album, where I know the Weeknd wrote 70% of it. So 70% of that album was wrote by him. So I can guarantee you, if 70% was wrote by him, that means either 3 or 4 of those songs ain't even Drake's. And then I'll turn around and say, when the whole thing about I forgot the young man's name, Quentin.
Yeah.
Some of the best bars that we recite from Drake was from Quentin.
Right.
And then I'll turn around and say, this nigga stole Rapping Forte shit without even asking Rapping Forte.
Yeah. He had to sue to get the credit for that.
Is like, I'm not saying Drake don't write, and I'm not saying Drake is not a phenomenal writer. I will never say that. What I'll say is, for Take Care alone, I at least, like I said, 3 to 4 of those songs ain't even Drake's. Mm-hmm. And the 3 or 4 of them songs that I'm talking about are amazing.
Yeah.
Those were the ones you was listening to on the radio. That's what made The Weeknd actually blow up as an artist.
Did they play Love in the Crew on the radio?
Yeah, they did.
They did? I didn't know that was a single. Love in the crew, love in the crew, love in the crew.
But energy for that shit. Yeah, that shit was on the radio.
Okay. All right, so Derek says, we like Drake with the melodies.
You know what? I'm gonna honestly tell you, Derek, like, I actually like when Drake rap more than when he sing.
Yeah, it's a mix on what you like more from Drake. I'm kind of in the middle. I like it both. I like them both,
but I tend more to the rapping.
Yeah.
Just because at one point, like, not downplaying Drake for who Drake is, at one point, when Drake was really making I guess quote unquote what people call sensitive music, but what he actually was doing was expressing himself as the man that he was. Rapping wise, I thought that nigga was amazing. Mm-hmm. Like, cause it was certain shit I related to.
That's
When
one
he
thing
wrote
that
that song,
gravitated.
when he had the help writing that song for his mama,
Yeah.
I used to bump that shit every day. I used to play that shit in front of my mama because there was so many things I wanted to do for her, and there's so many things I want to do for her to this day. So anytime I do anything for her, I listen to that song to give me motivation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's what gravitated me to him, to his music more, was the Thank Me Later album, because he was so honest. He was so honest on that album. And you didn't really hear that. You didn't really hear music like that back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know how to say that name. Daylight. Is that how you say it? Daylight? Daylight.
He did say he wrote back to back. He actually got a couple of songs that he talk about now. If people don't know Daylight, this is the Face Tattoo mixtape and rap battle rapper that was fucking with Drake for a minute. He's actually pretty cold. Like, this nigga is really dope. He's just weird as fuck.
So do you believe that he wrote back to back?
I can believe that. Just because the shit that he has been putting out, or the shit he put out before about certain situations he was in, like, he was lyrically making that shit make sense.
Mm-hmm. What happened to ghostwriters being ghostwriters? Like, shut up.
You know what happened?
What?
Those ghostwriters wanted to be ghostwriters. Nowadays, nobody wants to be a ghostwriter. They want to help you, but then they want you to help them, and then it doesn't happen that way. And then they start talking. So back in the day, ghostwriters wanted to remain in the background. They wanted to legit be ghostwriters. They didn't want nobody to know shit, like, because they just wanted to make their back end money. When people start finding out that people was making music for individuals, that's when that shit end up blowing up. Cause you got to think. I remember when it went out of hand because I want to say it was maybe the early 2000s, about 2004, 2005, when people were saying such and such wrote this song for them, and such wrote this song, and Keith Murray wrote this song, and blah blah blah. And then, that's when motherfuckers start saying shit like, oh shit, well, if Beyonce can write a song for Jennifer Lopez, why the fuck can't I write a song for DJ Milo Top, and then I can't make a song for myself and be famous? Like, this would have, and that's what started the feud of what a ghostwriter is. But at first, ghostwriters didn't give a fuck about being seen. They just legit wanted to make music.
Well, I'm gonna need some contracts to be signed when you ghostwriting, because ghostwriting should be just that, be a ghost. But Derek says that was Drake being absent from the culture, because ain't no way I'ma spit forte lines like that his writers set him up. LOL. Just kidding. What I say, Lily, when I was younger, I definitely banging all of them, and that was my headspace. It just now we older and see him with the likes of Sexy Red and talking about Blix, where it got strange.
And I totally 100% agree with you, because my thing is, when you have longevity as a rapper or an entertainer, one thing about your longevity is you don't have to blend into the culture. You don't have to. When I say blend into the culture, I say you don't have to say what these young niggas are saying. You can still be you.
And I think that's the problem. Like, I watched, it may have been a Joe Budden podcast, I can't remember, but they brought up a great point about where Drake is right now, because Drake is in his He's in his later 30s.
He's
And
39.
I thought he was 37.
No, that nigga is 39.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm right. He's in his late 30s. And he's to the point where he kind of like aged out of that young rapper shit, and a new generation of younger rappers is in right now. But he doesn't live the life of a seasoned rapper, so he can't talk about seasoned rapper shit. So he's the old nigga in the club basically right now. And that's probably the reason why I fell off of listening to his albums, because they don't connect with me. But
But then that's Drake's fault.
yeah. But I mean, he's still successful, so I don't know if it's necessarily like a fault or anything like that, but it is what it is.
I mean, it is for him wanting the reputation that he wants. Because it's like, Drake could easily, hands down, be quote unquote one of the dopest if he just stays true to what he is. This nigga is a man who has spent the majority of his grown man life in the rap game. And so he can still represent that. Like, it's certain things Drake shouldn't talk about, of course, because he doesn't know anything about it. But he can talk about every other thing that he knows going on in rap, and he can talk about shit that is going on in rap that he has been privy to. And it has nothing to do with him trying to appease the young audience, because he doesn't need to. Like, at this point, he's addicted to it. He's addicted to it because he doesn't need to.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't need to, but that's what he's doing. Derek says your best work was a light pack. LOL. And I'm just not getting that because of the whole daylight combo.
Yeah.
So he also says, well, allegedly he stopped paying them right and they was getting salty, and then they couldn't get the same stream like Drake. Then Deshaun says, not the old nigga in the club. Yeah, that's pretty much what he is right now.
I mean, just imagine T.I. being the nigga he is, turning around and making all these motherfucking songs, or putting all these verses together for all of these young niggas out here.
But yeah, I mean that's kind of, I feel like that's kind of like what Jeezy is going through now with his music, because he talks a great game, like he's evolved, he's matured, but then when you listen to his music, it's like, is this TM 103? Like, I don't. What are we doing? Like, nothing has changed. This shit literally sounds the exact same for the past 20 years.
I mean, because crack flow doesn't go nowhere. I'm just one of those people that I'm on that balance of dope flow don't go nowhere because dope don't go nowhere. The thing is, what makes Rick Ross so great is because Rick Ross don't try to do it with a young nigga.
Yeah.
Rick Ross talks that dope flow as a rich man. Pusha T talks that dope flow as a rich man. You gotta. It is certain ways you have to finesse this and do this.
It is a certain way you have to finesse it. I don't think Jeezy finesses it correctly.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Yeah. Because Jeezy should be put up there, and I'm one of them niggas that's a Jeezy fan. Jeezy should be put up there as one of the best dope lyrics ever. When it comes to crack raps, this nigga is top tier. The problem is, I want to be in tune with these young niggas. You don't have to do that. Because them young niggas is automatically gonna gravitate to you, because you stay on this crack rap so thorough that your lyrics is amazing.
Yeah.
That's why niggas don't mind jumping on shit with Rick Ross.
Yeah. So Derek says Jay said it on the Blackout movie. He where he at because it's him, and these new rappers gonna struggle because they're not themselves, but who people want them to be. Yeah, that's a point. Yeah. So yeah, not like us. Yeah, so not like us is to is to a hyphy beat or hyphy version of Nas Hate Me Now, which is a whole nother level right there. Because if he were to take the ether beat, I'm logging off. I'm done. I'm like, stick a fork in me. I'm done. But he did the Hate Me Now beat, which goes on to the whole thing of the whole hating Drake and shit.
Hates Drake.
He's the biggest hater.
This nigga hates Drake. I don't hate niggas enough. It's some niggas I just be like, I don't fuck with. I have to really, I now I hate to say it, but like I'm really in tune to just saying I hate you niggas.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and then Mustard did the beat. He called him a fan, which is an acronym now for freaky ass nigga. What else he said? Oh, he called him the 69 God.
69 God.
He called him OV Ho.
Say OV Ho.
OV Ho.
Say OV Ho.
Hey, freaky ass nigga, you the 69 God. Freaky ass nigga, you the 69 God. Like, that's horrible. It's
okay. So I will dwell on this. Let's say how methodical this nigga is, because he don't even give a fuck about nobody else thinking it's a bop. He did a California bop. We happen to be in Kansas City. Kansas City is basically a clone of California when it comes to certain music. And so that shit was fucking slap to me.
Mm-hmm. Right. I heard that mug. I start going like this.
I really respected Kendrick for that. I don't know if everybody else, because you see how motherfuckers is trying to act like that shit wasn't a banger. That shit was a fucking that shit is a banger.
It's definitely a banger. It's definitely a banger. Yeah, and I have played it a lot. Derek says, West Side, let me stop.
Nigga. Nah, don't, nigga, because that's what it was. Nigga. When everybody heard that, nigga, everybody started getting back into their shit. Shit.
Freaky ass nigga, you the 69 guy. Freaky ass nigga, you the 69 guy.
Like that shit'll get you. Like I don't know if anybody that's not a part of Cali or Kansas City that really knows about what that does to certain type of niggas, but like that song could get you beat the fuck up.
Oh my god, that song would get a chair thrown to your head.
Yeah, that song could get you beat the fuck up, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, so we get that. And then, hold on. Derek says, that was a straight shot for calling out YG and the game on Family Matters. So he said, here you go, West Side Music. Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like the game tried to insert himself and deflect from what's going on, and he took a shot at Rick Ross too. So, but that's another story. But anyway,
yeah, I digress from that whole shit.
Yeah. So,
nigga, you from the West Side? Don't say shit right now.
Shut up! Don't say shit. Don't
say shit. Let this shit play out the way it's supposed to be, and then you go pick up the scraps at the end.
Right. Just spectate like the rest of us. But yeah. So we get Not Like Us. He not like us. He like us. He like us. So then we get what sounds like Drake is done. We get hit the Heart Part 6.
That mean he's done.
Yeah.
Like I ain't saying he's done as a rap. I'm just saying with this,
No, he's done with
done.
the beef. Yeah, he's done with the beef. So yeah, with the Heart Part 6, he basically was on defense mode. He addressed all the allegations. He didn't really, I mean, he took a couple of shots, but it just sounded like he's just tired. You know, and he was just like, you know, it was fun, you know, breaking the pin out, sparring or whatever, but yeah, it just sounded like he was just done. Which, I mean, it's gone on for a minute. I can see why you would be exhausted. It's a lot of shit getting thrown out there. I can see why you would definitely be exhausted. So, yeah. And then we get the curtains. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's done. But the curtain call came from Metro Boomin. So Metro Boomin has pretty much been on a rant on Twitter. He's been doing all kinds of tweets going after Drake, right?
Can we play? We can't play that. I wish
I think we can. I think it's free.
Yeah, we gotta play that.
So I'll pull it up. So yeah. So Mr. Metro Boomin, he definitely came out with a whole bunch of tweets, and he also was like, yeah, I'm gonna also make this beat, which is basically the first ever rap beef beat, taking a shot at Drake. And it's called BBL Drizzy. He also made it a beat giveaway. So if you have the best verse to this beat, he will give you a free beat. And a lot of people have been getting on this beat. So let's see. Derek says, what I think what people go over their head on the Heart Part 6 is he said you got your info from clowns and then say you gave him the info. So are you calling yourself a clown? I'm just saying, but I don't know. No. From what I understand had happened was that they knew they had a mole in the group, in his crew or whatever, so they fed the mole some information, and that mole fed it to Kendrick, and Kendrick ran with it. So when he says, you got your info from clowns, he got your info from that mole that they know they had in the group that they set up.
I said it once and I'll say it again. It doesn't matter if I did get false information. The way I worded that shit was still fucking dope.
Yeah, the way he worded it was dope. But as far as Drake is concerned, he doesn't have an 11-year-old daughter that he's been hiding in the world.
I mean, cool. He didn't have Adonis until Pusha T said the shit. So
well, the difference is that when Pusha T said the shit was the truth, and he did not back down from it. He didn't say it was a lie or anything like that. He said, yeah, I do got a kid.
Well, I mean, that's because he couldn't, because like Pusha T said in the interview, like, he had receipts of him visiting that motherfucker. That's one thing. See, that's why I say I'm a veer left, but this is why I say crack raps is still really dope. This nigga got crack rap money to follow you in a whole nother fucking country to see you go see your son.
Okay.
That nigga wasn't in Toronto, and that nigga wasn't in America.
Yeah. No, he was neither.
This nigga had crack rap money to follow this nigga, and he didn't know it.
Yeah. He didn't. He
That's
didn't.
why niggas got to shut up when it come to Pusha T sometimes. But I digress and move on.
Yeah.
Again, um, whatever that nigga fed him, if the daughter is real or not, it's the legitimate fact that I can say this and it has weight because you've done it before. That's
True.
one thing. That's one thing that I tell
This is
people all the
true.
time. Like when motherfuckers be like they lying on me, I always tell people, just the niggas that I fuck with, I'll be like, all right, I get it. This nigga might be lying,
Mhm.
but you have done the same shit before, so it makes more sense for
Yeah.
that to happen than this to happen. You got to prove that this happened.
Hmm.
You've already been proven to be this type of nigga, so you got to prove that you didn't do that and it was that nigga shit.
Yeah. I
Drake
give you
didn't do
that.
that. What Drake did was basically be on defense mode.
Yeah. Yeah. He totally was on defense mode. But I feel like more or less he's just over it. Like whatever.
He is, because it's not at this point. It's like, okay, when he bared his arms, like, okay, whatever. If you got 10 more tracks, just go ahead and put them out, because he's not gonna do anything else after this. Because it's like, damn, it's like whatever I tried to do, you already have one for me.
Hmm.
That's just what it was.
Yeah.
Regardless of if I fed you this information about a false daughter, the other shit is totally relevant. When if he really deep dive into your cultural appropriation, he's going to destroy what Drake is as a artist. So yeah,
Hmm.
let me just fall the fuck back.
Yeah. Yeah. And then another thing that pissed a lot of people off was he tried to shame him for potentially being molested. And that was like, whoa. Like, again, I've said this several times. All's fair in a rap battle. But doesn't mean people gotta like it.
Nobody like that. I don't
Nobody.
think nobody
Yeah.
really was biting to that shit. I think to this day, if you ask people, they was like, oh, and they'll tell you, oh man, I just thought those was lyrics. They wouldn't even listening to what that nigga was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Which made Kendrick go a little bit harder, because everybody knows the rough life that Kendrick went through, and we don't, and we just know from what he said that right there, makes it turns a man into a totally different beast.
Mm-hmm.
If this is true and you want to laugh at it, oh yeah, you might want to bow that. You might want to say this your last hurrah.
Yeah. But when you look at the song that he's referencing, it's it wasn't him that was molested, it was his mom.
Yeah.
So then that's a whole nother level. But again, he tried to shame him for potentially being molested. So yeah. That didn't go over too well with people as well.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you got to understand your licks. That when Jay-Z said I put nut on the baby seat, that killed that shit. That destroyed him, because nigga, you don't bring that man didn't bring nothing. You don't bring that man kids into this shit, and you don't make an accusation. I don't know what the word is. Accusation like that. If it's not only if it's not real, or if it is real, nigga, you fucking with my baby like that. Like,
Right.
that's the type of
That's
bullshit
gross.
you want.
That's gross. Of all things, that's gross.
That's
But
gross.
Derek says, right, Lily. So, yeah, back to the curtain call. Yeah. So Metro Boomin put out this song, and I do have it queued up. You want to hear it? Here you go.
Hey,
That motherfucker go hard. Like this was literally me this morning.
now you
BBL
have you been paying attention? Now, niggas in Twitter is amazing because they already put Adonis to BBL Drizzy, and it's fucking cold. It's fucking amazing.
I did not see that.
It's one of the best fucking songs. I was like, oh, that's hard as a bitch.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to pull that one. Yeah, I've seen quite a few. Now this is my suggestion if Drake is not finished. My suggestion is Drake needs to rap on that BBL Drizzy beat and burn the house down.
Now, I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm gonna keep it a bean. If this nigga does this, that is going to put hip hop on his fucking ass.
Yes.
Because Drake is phenomenal.
Yes.
And on a phenomenal beat like that, where he's making fun of himself, but addressing fuck shit with other niggas.
Yes.
That is going to kill the game.
Yes. And I feel like Drake is the right person to do it. I feel like me and Drake are here when it comes to that. And I feel like he's going to do it. I feel it. I really hope he does it. Like, cause
I'm even thinking about it now. Like, oh my God, if I was Drake, the verses I would write for this.
Dude, I would make the song like 15 minutes long, and bitch, you're gonna hear every word. You're going to hear every fucking word. And I'm going to dance like I was in the Hotline Bling video.
I'm talking about I'm going directly at niggas' necks.
Yes,
I'm putting all the OnlyFans bitches on my shit. I'm gonna be everything that you think I am.
I am burning the fucking block down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, this is gonna be a 3-part video.
Yeah. Right.
Like I'm gonna have Sexy Red, I'm gonna have Ice Spice, I'm gonna get all the white people that I'm gonna get the whole lot in a 3-part video.
I'm gonna get Bruno Mars, I'm gonna get Ed Sheeran, I'm gonna get Taylor Swift ugly ass. Like I'm getting everybody.
And I'm not even saving myself because I want them to sing BBL Drizzy.
Right. I'm gonna have them singing like they was the Mississippi Mass Choir.
Yeah.
BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy.
Exactly. I'm talking about
I'm getting Kiki Sheard. I'm getting Yolanda Adams. She gonna give me the best ad libs, like she going home to glory. Like this is gonna be my home going. I'm gonna be like, act like I'm in a casket and sing like this is my home going.
Yeah, oh my God, and then just jump up out the casket rapping. Listen,
right.
I would even do one up from that.
Shit.
I would do that on top of before that motherfucking beat came on. I would put TD Jakes on that shit. I'd be like, have you ever been swallowed?
Right.
Swallowed.
This what I would do. This would really be sticking to every fucking body. I will get the Sunday service choir because you know they suing Kanye right now.
Yeah.
I will get the Sunday service choir and they will be singing BBL Drizzy in the background. And I'm so papered up. I'm going to pay them what you owe them to do the song.
On top of royalties for the song.
Right. I'm not even check this out. I'm not even gonna make money off the song. I'm about to sign the rights over to them.
Yeah, the song is theirs.
The song is theirs.
BBL
Drizzy. BBL Drizzy.
Have you ever been swallowed? Hey,
that's how we do it.
We just gave you a mint, Drake. We just gave you a fucking mint.
Dude, we just gave you the blueprint. I want my cut.
And yeah, I want my nigga. Dude, if I was in your predicament, oh my God, the shit that I would do.
Dude. And I'm going to win the giveaway. So Metro Boomin better give me my free beat. Better get in there and run them drums, bitch. Give me my motherfucking beat, bitch.
He sounded just like Drake. You shut your bitch ass up and make some beats, nigga.
Right. Right. BBL Drizzy.
He did exactly what Drake told him to do.
Yeah, right. Right, exactly. When I tell you, I literally woke up like BBL Drizzy, BBL Drizzy. Like I really woke up like that.
I don't know what Metro Boomin was in his head thinking, but boy, this is why I like technology. I just love technology for the fact that he could do that and make it sound so sultry with AI technology is because that motherfucker is a bop.
Hell yeah.
I can imagine. I can only imagine in my head how many motherfuckers I'ma tear off to that fucking beat.
Dude. You remember when the game put out them like them songs that was like 120 bars or some shit like that?
Yeah.
I would be on some shit like that. But I would be so fucking disrespectful. Like I would like my next album's just gonna be me and 40 because I'm burning the fucking house down. I'm burning the block down. I'll fuck around and burn the city down. Like, cause I'm done. I'm done.
Oh yeah. That would be I'm talking about boy. If I was Drake, I'd be like, oh, okay. This is about to be El Finito, Napalm Bomb. Don't nobody want to say shit no more.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I'm definitely gonna. I'm gonna embrace everything you said about me, and I'm gonna do you like how you did me. I'm gonna just talk about how much I hate your bitch ass.
Right.
Like
I hate them sister locks. I hate that you didn't grow past 5'5". I hate your 7-foot shoes and how you get to have discounts on your tennis shoes.
Right. I hate all that shit, nigga. I hate all of
that. I hate that you beat your fiance. I hate them 2 ugly little kids you got. Like I would go there. Like,
and one of them probably ain't even yours. I would hate all of them. I hate Dave Free for fucking your fucking fiance. Fuck Dave Free. I would be on all that shit.
Right. Everybody is going to fucking get it. I hate that Scissors BBL look better than mine. Like everybody gonna get it.
I hate Quavo had such a shitty ass fucking beef response. Everybody's gonna die.
Yeah,
everybody's gonna die to BBL Drizzy if I'm Drizzy.
Right. Like you want Drizzy? Drizzy here now. What's up? Let's go.
I'm gonna bring up some shit out the woodwork. I hate Nicki denying that we used to fuck. Like, I'm hating everything.
I hate that she married a sex offender.
Yeah, I'm talking about I'm blowing the whole spot up. I'm blowing. I hate that
Papa Bear ain't mine. Like, yeah.
I'm blowing the spot. I'm talking about nigga. Motherfuckers don't understand my mad. Like, cause I can be so calm. Like, I remember my sister said it like, why you so relaxed? I said, because I'm pissed off. And she didn't understand the reference of that. I'm like, I'm so, because I my whole intentions was, I'm going to hear loose, because as soon as he swing on me, I'm going to give this nigga everything that I got in my power. Right. So I'm not going to be tense here. She was like, she was like, why are you so relaxed? I said, because I'm pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
I knew what was going to happen.
Right. Right. Yeah. I'm telling you, I will go so fucking ham on that beat. He gonna regret the day he made that beat accessible to me.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna do it in this neighborhood.
Yeah, right.
I'm highly disrespectful.
I was talking to? I forgot who. I was at work last night, and I said that I was like, if I was Drake, I would rap over that beat, and I said I would make sure that Missouri hates me. Cause you know Metro Boomin's from St. Louis.
Yeah.
I was like, I will go so fucking hard on Metro Boomin. I will make sure Missouri hate me, not just St. Louis, Kansas City, Columbia.
No, everybody's gonna hate me.
Everybody's gonna fucking hate me after I get done. That's how fucking hard I will go.
Yeah, everybody.
I would be like, fuck the Cardinals, fuck the Chiefs, fuck the Royals, like fuck Tech Nine, fuck Nelly. I only fuck with Sexy. Like I would put middle finger.
Yeah, I'd be on some dumb shit.
Yeah,
like I would make everybody feud right then and there. Like now, nobody like each other.
Right. Let me tell you what SZA told me. Like I would be on one. I'm telling you, that would be a no-fly zone for me when I get done. Like I can't go to nowhere near anything that touches Missouri. I can't go.
That's wild, because I'm talking about I'll do the video all through St. Louis. Like,
right,
I got enough money to have security that I don't need to worry about the rest of you bum ass niggas. And not just disrespect St. Louis, but I'm saying these niggas got enough money to pay for security the game was talking about. These niggas that jump through fucking car windows and shoot you. Like, I got enough money to pay for that. So I'm going to be all through St. Louis.
Yeah.
Fuck what you talking about.
Right. I would be like, fuck this stupid ass arch. Like, I would be on one.
I would have a nigga from St. Louis spray paint BBL Drizzy on the arch.
Right.
BBL Drizzy.
Dude.
BBL Drizzy. And I'm like, this nigga going through it. Like,
oh my gosh. Ashton Sanders is watching. Hey, he says Drake telling Metro to shut his old ass up is kind of like a nigga slapping you in your face or punching your punk ass in the chest.
Listen,
right.
Ashton, I'm gonna tell you this. That did happen. I mean, it's like, shut your whole ass up and make some beats, nigga.
Right.
Like, you know what
that's all
he
you
did?
getting out of me is a line. That's it.
Metro said, like in them skits, he was like, what the fuck? Like, bitch ass nigga, I've been making beats. But what happened was this nigga turned around, and if this was in real time, if that nigga would have punched him in his chest, he turned around and hit that nigga with a 3-piece combo.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it would have been a real fight in real life.
Yeah. So what Drake should do is when he get hit with that 3-piece combo, he should eat the biscuit, sip the Sprite, and then go hard.
Yeah. He gotta take his belt off and whoop him. Like I'm telling you, I would go so fucking hard. I'd be like, man, fuck Ike Turner review. Like I would go so hard.
I'm talking about, nigga,
so
if
hard.
I was Metro Boomin, you would have no idea. I would sample all your shit to make it sound like you soft.
Mm-hmm.
Like every song that I heard anything from you, it would have been like, would have been hard for me to take some dick, and I would make a whole, like, I would sample all the things you ever said, and I would just be boom. I would just be on you for the next 3 or 4 albums I ever make. I'ma sample you and destroy you.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because you would only have to do that if Drake does the shit that we talking about.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking about totally disrespecting you, nigga. Like,
yeah.
I'm at the point where if you pull up, nigga, it's gonna be a full ass fight.
It would have to be on site from here to Kingdom Come, because the way I would burn down the block, ain't no coming back from that. Like the ground is too fucked up to build anything on it at that point.
Yeah, it's done. I don't even give a fuck if you whoop my ass, nigga. You gonna have to whoop my ass every time you see me. I've lived this life
every time.
Like, I'm never, know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna play that game. Like I told everybody on this interweb right now, and I've told John I 100% stood on that, nigga. I wasn't born tough, nigga. I was born a nigga that didn't want to do anything. I was made tough, like, so I was a nigga that's gonna fight you every day, until I whooped your ass.
Mm-hmm.
So like, even if I lose, like nigga, I'ma still pull up every time. You gonna have to show me every motherfucking time you that nigga.
Right.
And you know what ends up happening? And I can say from experience, niggas be thinking they can do the same thing to you. But what you realize is I'm learning every time I fight, I learn how to fight you, nigga. I'm gonna beat your ass.
Right. 100. Yeah, but yeah, that is my suggestion, on how this should end. Then after that, you can say whatever the fuck you want. I just burned the house down, so yeah.
Fuck
Say
it.
whatever you want. I'm done.
Kill them all, nigga. Burn the grandma, nigga.
Yeah.
Burn the
Everybody.
house down.
You and your dogs, Luke and Dookie. Everybody gotta go.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
mean,
like,
and it's at this point, it should be this way. Just because of even how this beef started. It started off niggas being in their feelings, and then it turned into niggas acting like they real niggas. Like Kendrick always been 100. He's been 100% authentically him, and then everybody else wanted to act like they was a real nigga, and now they're afraid because of what this nigga really talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I expect the majority of niggas to act like what y'all say, y'all. If y'all say you're a real nigga, keep it 100. Be a real nigga.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be a real nigga. I would totally exploit shit, ain't it?
Yeah,
boy, that's what I said, boy. These motherfuckers would be like, I get Kendrick, and I think Kendrick is dope. I think me mentally, how I would get Kendrick is I would never get off your neck in California. Like, you would really have to make it sure, like for sure that I couldn't come through without having to pay a due. That's the only way I would back up. If it's never that, if I'm coming to Cali and I'm cool, I'm shitting on you, my nigga, all the time, and I don't give a fuck about your crew. I don't give a fuck about nobody else because I pay enough niggas to make sure that I should be cool. And not only do I pay these niggas, I be in these niggas' ear for real, and I be trying to make sure what these niggas on. Because one thing I'm not gonna do is play the victim in California.
Right.
Like, nigga, you gonna have a nigga. You got a good blood following, nigga. I'll have a army of Crips behind me, my nigga. Ready to do some shit every time.
Yeah. Yeah. Just give them a reason.
Yeah. I'm just and not to say it like I want to put anybody in no unnecessary beef, but I'm just saying, once you start pulling them strings, like you said, these niggas is talking about niggas' mamas, niggas' kids, all that shit, nigga. It's got to be a function. Me and you, it's got to be a function. Me and you talk. If not, it's just like that. Like, as soon as you try to press me against some shit, you gonna be surprised what ends up happening to you in California. Again, that's just me saying, if this nigga don't have a past like that, because Drake could have a past where he knows niggas that he can do that to, and then Drake can have a past where he don't know nobody like that.
Yeah.
Like, them niggas is only gonna get him out of there. Me, I ain't gonna do that. If I know my niggas, the niggas that I fuck with in Cali only can have a way to get me out of there, I'm gonna need one of them niggas to find somebody, because I know y'all niggas connected to somebody, and I'm gonna figure out who I gotta shake hands with, drop a band off to every now and then to make sure that when I come through this motherfucker, ain't none of these niggas tripping for real.
Right. That I'm comfortable.
Yeah. Because I still want to stand on my shit, and I'm going to stand on my shit. Y'all got me fucked up. That's just a man in me. I don't know how many niggas got that. Some niggas got money and still is bitches.
Yeah. This is true. So, this was our I guess conversation about this rap beef. We are 5 months into 24, and it has been pretty unique. It's a lot of stuff going on.
Cat Williams said it. He said this the year of truth telling.
He popped it off. He definitely
Well,
popped it off.
however, if this rap beef is true, then it's gonna be a lot of things that coming to fruition with this shit. If Drake really is somebody that targets young girls, this shit gonna come out. If Kendrick is really somebody that puts his hands on his wife, then that shit gonna come out. And we're just watching this shit unfold.
Yeah. That's basically what we're here to do, is just watch. But yeah, so I don't have any final thoughts. So Jerry's final thoughts, take it away.
Ooh. For this episode, I will say this. You know, the economy is real fucked up. Everything going on right now in the world, man, is kind of crazy and it's so hectic. So because everything is so fucked up and so hectic, I will say this. I don't fault anybody for having an OnlyFans or whatever type of internet thing that you have to generate you money. If that's what you're doing to basically live a life that's sustainable in the USA, I 100% give you kudos. I'm not saying it's something I would do, but I respect you for not being somebody out here that is scamming or robbing banks or snatching purses from old ladies. You're doing a good service to us as a country, staying legal. So I respect you for it. Other than that, you know, again, take care of yourself and others.
Yeah. Well, thank you for Jerry's final thoughts. And this was episode 120 of the Issue Talk, and we will see you guys for episode 121. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.
Exactly.